Okay, this is actually a video for some random guy who found my Atoto install video I did for my brother. But, Ken in Atlanta, you had a question about how I installed it. So this is a 1997 Ford Ranger. I'm pretty sure it's the base model. It's just a two-wheel drive, manual transmission with the extended cab. And I'm sorry, my truck's just it looks terrible right now. I've been doing other projects and I haven't had a chance to clean it in about 2 weeks. But I'll show you what I did. So, this whole shroud or unit right here kind of comes out, and it's got two screws that go here. And this is a 97 Ford Ranger. It doesn't have much else going on. So you take these two screws out. And this whole thing, if you get a screwdriver, it comes off a lot easier and it won't look like that. Pull this out. Now, quick word of warning. The bottom here, let's see if I can't see it very well, but where the bottom of the radio is, there's a small lip under here that I had to take off. Now, I just used a Sawzall because I'm a hillbilly and I don't really care. It's a $1,500 truck. I call it my parts truck because it's kind of what it is. But if you wanted to be a little bit more nicer with it, I would recommend a Dremel tool and just Dremel it off. But just a small lip here, and the rest just kind of went in fine. Now, I did use a double DIN adapter at first. I thought that would help. I actually ended up throwing that thing away. It didn't really do much for me, except for take up extra space. Now this right here I bought extra, and it goes to this thing, which controls the volume. It's like an extra 20 bucks. I've had it for about 2 weeks. It's really nice to have because it gives you that steering wheel control. Because again, this is all just really base model. This, yeah, it's hard to kind of see. This is the external microphone. And I routed the cable literally just up and then behind this piece of plastic here. And you can even see where it comes down. I'm sorry, my camera isn't that great. Yeah, you can see the wire a little. Well, it's hard to see in the video because I don't have the best phone. But I just literally just stuck it behind this plastic and then ran it down and under the plastic here. Now this dash, it's got a little hole where my finger is right here. And this wire comes to the microphone. This is the GPS antenna, and I just literally mounted it right here. And then it goes to the back. This is for the TPMS system. I'm sorry, I don't have the best camera. But this is for the TPMS sensor system. I bought it, actually, it was like another 20 bucks. Let's see here. This is for the video camera. And this thing, it actually has a sensor cable that needs to hook up to something. I'm actually going to put in a little switch that I can just turn it on and off for it. I haven't gotten to that yet. I've got a lot of other stuff going on, to be quite frank. That's where that goes. This, where is it here? This is my antenna, just for the regular radio. It just plugs in stock, not an issue there. This, I think, one of these is for the Wi-Fi. This one is for the Wi-Fi. This one is for the GPS. So the GPS I put there. The Wi-Fi, I just stuck. Where did I put that stupid? Oh, right here where my finger is. So that's the Wi-Fi antenna right there. The Wi-Fi can beam through plastic really easy. It's not a problem. So I just stuck it here. Put that back. Well, I'll attempt to put it back. Give me a second. Come on, get in there, you piece of shit. Oh, I bent that. I call this my parts truck because that's essentially what it is. There we go. Alright, so yeah, the Wi-Fi antenna I put here. The GPS antenna is right there. It's got a hole that came stock in the dash through there. So I just ran those through. And then the camera, the back camera, I did wire it in. I actually wired it, took the wire down, went underneath the carpet, and I popped it out there. And I just ran it up underneath the bed here. Let's see if I can... In there, then along the frame. This is for something else. That's not it. That's for, came with the truck. It's just like hardwired to the battery. It's not anything. But yeah, there's the wire. And then I actually went, I used a wire fish. And I wire fished it. It's really hard to get a good picture. I'm sorry, Ken. But I wire fished it through over the fender well in the back of the bed. And just over to there. The camera I bought extra. And again, it's more of a project to get that signal wire hooked up properly. But yeah, man, it wasn't hard at all. It wasn't bad. I've been really happy with the radio so far. But yeah, I refer to this as my parts truck because I got it for $1,500 and it was an absolute death trap when I got it. Had to redo all the suspension and stuff. I sure don't care about that. But yeah, here, I'll have my keys in here. Yes. I'll start it up real quick. So it does start up really quickly. And it's actually a darn good little radio. I've been very happy with it. I always have it on Google Maps. It's got buttons for the volume. Also, I'll use my little steering wheel control. That works good. If you have a manual, and because the thing is here, that's the gesture sensor thing. The only thing I ran into is kind of a pig. Let's see here. I want all the apps. This button. Okay, this gesture thing right here. I emailed Atoto, and I had to turn off this one, where it's move forward. And you just hit that button, and it turns it off. If you don't turn that off, whenever you shift into first or third or fifth, actually first or third, it was the really common, it would pull up the built-in this app, and it would just pull this up all the time. I disabled that, and that went away. You can do this. I don't know if it'll want, yeah, there you go, and see it controls the volume, and you can do it the other way, turn it down. Pretty simple. One of the things I'm shocked I actually like a lot about this setup is when you go to, right here, yeah, the radio stations, I freaking love it because program in your favorite radio stations and it'll actually pick up the radio station and it'll tell you what the station is and the band and the song that's playing. I don't know what's playing right now. Yeah, see Frosty the Boom. And every song that comes up, it'll tell you what the station it's on, the song, and who wrote it. So that's actually really, really nice. I'm going to see if I can't turn that. Yeah, it's not wanting to let me turn off the light on my phone. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that was the whole install. It took me about 3 hours because I didn't know what I was doing really. And I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, anything I can do to help you out. Let's see if I can't get that hole. Yeah, there's the hole. And that was stock. I didn't drill that or anything. That was part of the truck already. There's my GPS. There's the external microphone. It picks up really well. My brother says he recognizes when I go over to Bluetooth, but it doesn't degrade the sound quality of the call at all. I've actually been very pleased with this little radio, and it's an Android tablet that's been turned into a radio, so it uses the antenna and all that stuff. I think I've had it for about 3 weeks now. I've been very happy with it so far. Again, if you have a base model that doesn't have a signal wire, which this one doesn't, I'm actually going to pipe in a little switch where I'm going to drill this out and I'm going to super glue a switch right here. So I just flip it on and it'll send a 12-volt signal to that wire. But I still need to call Atoto and make sure I have the right amperage, and so that way I know to pipe into the right thing. Also, this truck is kind of a pig because when I got it, the back of the connection to the radio, somebody just cut out the old harness, so it might not be the best comparison. But I'd recommend, if you have a good harness already, just buy the aftermarket where you just plug in something to the current factory harness, and it gives you wires to just wire in, that's the best way to do it right there. And again, I'm going to put that little switch, a toggle switch, so I flip it up, and it'll send 12 volts to that signal wire, and it'll show my backup camera. This comes with the microphone, the Wi-Fi antenna, and the GPS antenna. Everything else, so this little thing, the TPMS system, which is another 20 bucks. I actually, believe it or not, I love the TPMS system. Where is that stupid thing here? I'm going to need to find it. Oh, right here. So I put that TPMS system in for 20 bucks. Let it load here for a second. And it tells me what my tire pressures are. So I don't ever have to, actually use the stupid gauge. That's the biggest reason for it, is I just pull up the app and see what my tire pressures are at. But if your tire pressure are really low, when this starts up, it'll throw a big alert right here, like, hey, one of your tires is low. And so that's awesome. I recommend the TPMS system is nice to have. This thing, though, I use that every single drive. It's an extra 20 bucks. I highly recommend it if you don't already have steering wheel controls. And it's a 1997 Ford Ranger. I think it'll also work for a Mazda B3000, I think, because it's the same truck. Mazda made the truck. But it's a little manual, and I've had nothing but good things to say about this little radio. I hope that was helpful, man. If there's anything else I can say, I honestly, if I were doing this, like I wanted to look really good, I would find little bits of plastic and fill these up and glue them in to be perfect. Like I'd use hot glue. This is a really basic install. I didn't do much to it. Again, there's a little lip under here in the back, and if I were to do it all over again and I had time, I would have taken a Dremel. As it was, I just used a Sawzall, and that worked fine, and I just fit the whole thing in. There's a slight gap here, there's a slight gap there, but it's not enough for me to bother with in a $1,500 truck. If I paid more for it and I cared more, I would probably take some pieces of black plastic and super glue them in on the back. But yeah, literally just you pop these out, you unscrew these, and this whole shroud just comes right off. And then you unplug this, you have to unplug, and I think there's another harness. No, actually it was just this. You unplug 2 wires here. So take your negative off your battery. There's 2 wires to the cigarette lighter. You unplug those, mark them, that way you don't forget which goes where. It's pretty simple to realize, though. And then you take the whole thing out, and then with the Dremel, in the back, there's a lip. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see a little tiny bit of it right there. So I'm looking right at the lip. See that? Same type of thing on the bottom. And I had to cut that lip off on the bottom, and then the whole thing just slid right in on a 1997 Ford Ranger. So Ken, that was my install. If I cared more, I probably would have done a little bit better job wiring the routing. Like, for instance, I would have taken the whole dash out, taken this plastic off, and then popped it through this hole here, and then down and back and under, but I don't. That's fine. It's not going to bug me there. It's just the door seal on the bottom, and it's fine. It's not going to cause any issues. But that's my install, man. I hope this video was helpful. If there's anything else you want to pick my brain about or ask about, I'd be happy to tell you. But, it's a good little... Yeah, see, it says there's no... This is for, like, the front-facing camera. But, yeah. I haven't had any issues. It's a really good little radio, and I've been very happy with it, to be honest. I mostly just go to this app, and it Bluetooths over and click on this, and this Bluetooths over to my phone, which I got an audiobook plan. But yeah, that's my phone there, and you can do whatever. There's other reviews out there if you want to look at it, but you have to make sure that Atoto, it's A-T-O-T-O, and there's like 5 different brands that are like 1 letter off. If you mess up, you'll get a really shitty radio. These are the only ones that make the good one, is Atoto. And it's the A6 Pro with a whole bunch of stuff. If you're interested, I will I'll figure out a way to get you a screenshot of my order number so you can get the precise exact one. But yeah, this, if you don't have steering wheel controls, pay the 20 bucks, get this stupid little thing. It is well worth it. I use this on a daily basis. And the TPMS is not required, But it is nice when I can just go over and go here and I can just hit that button and I know exactly what my tire pressure is. And that's just for me to save money. That's because I don't, I'm cheap. I get about 21 miles a gallon. I got to chase down a vacuum leak. I can probably get better, but I'm kind of at a stopping point at the moment. I have to save up some money. That's it, Ken. I hope this video is helpful. I hope I didn't repeat a whole bunch of information there. If you need any more info, though, just tell me, and I'd be happy to help you out. But, yeah, nice little radio. I'm happy with it. And I hope this is helpful, and I don't know what your model your Ranger is, but that's how I installed mine. The Wi-Fi, and honestly, if I were to do it over again, because an airbag should be able to easily deploy there, I might mount that under here. So instead of putting on the back here, I would have put the Wi-Fi antenna up here, but I wasn't thinking that hard. Again, $1,500 truck, who cares? All right, bud, I will talk to you later, or I don't know, might not ever talk to you or ever, but there you go. Good luck, buddy. Have a good one.